Compact SUVs are some of the most popular vehicles sold today, but not all of them are made equal. The safety disparity between them is significant. Let's compare several models in the updated moderate overlap crash test. This test involves 40% of the vehicle's width striking a barrier. What makes this evaluation so valuable is that there is a dummy placed in the rear seat, which tells us how well the vehicle will protect passengers sitting back there. The Chevy Equinox is the worst performer of the group. Unlike some of the vehicles in this class, the dummy movement is actually well controlled. The issue comes down to the rear seat dummy recording very high injury values to the head, neck, and chest. For instance, the head injury criterion in the Equinox is 1,393, which is significantly higher than the threshold of 700 and much worse than the competition. Neck tension forces come in at a very high 4.3 kilonewtons, almost double the threshold of 2.4. The chest injury index also exceeds the threshold and the reading from other vehicles in the group. The Equinox's high injury readings ensure the vehicle is deserving of its last place ranking. Amongst all these vehicles, the Honda CR-V's performance is perhaps the most disappointing. It was just redesigned for the 2023 model year, and yet it scores the lowest rating of poor. The CR-V had serious issues with dummy control in this test. The rear dummy submarined under the lap belt. To make matters worse, the shoulder belt moved too close to the neck. The rear dummy also recorded a high risk of injury to the chest. If that all isn't bad enough, during the crash, the rear seat pan brackets also deformed, which destabilized the seat. The third-place Toyota RAV4 is not much of an improvement over the CR-V. Just like the CR-V, the rear seat dummy submarined under the lap belt. What's even more concerning, though, is the rear dummy's head moved outside the side curtain airbag, which exposes the head to serious injury risks. The dummy recorded moderate injury measures to the chest. The Ford Escape misses first place by just a hair. The lap and shoulder belts remain well positioned where they should be throughout the crash. The seatbelt did allow the dummy's head to get a little close to the front seat back. Fortunately, the dummy recorded low injury measures to all body areas. The Mazda CX-50 just nudges past the Ford Escape to become the top performer of this group. For the most part, the Mazda has well-controlled dummy motion in the rear seat. The lap and shoulder belts remain in their ideal positions on the pelvis and shoulders, respectively, throughout the crash. We can see here the pretensioner activate to remove slack from the seatbelt at the start of the crash. The dummy's head did get a little close to the front seat back, however it avoided direct contact. A low risk of injuries was recorded for all body areas. The overall results from this evaluation are pretty disappointing, because only 2 of the 5 compared vehicles did well. The Mazda CX-50 and Ford Escape both received near-perfect scores in this test. The Toyota RAV4 came in a distant 3rd place. The RAV4 has the notable problem of the passenger dummy's head moving outside the path of the curtain airbag. The Honda CR-V and Chevy Equinox both scored the lowest rating of poor, each for different reasons. The CR-V primarily had major issues with the restraint system, whereas the Equinox recorded very high injury risks. If you found this interesting, you should check out this video that goes deep on the Toyota RAV4's airbag mishap and its performance in other crash tests. Thanks for watching.